Frank Carson, who was one of our most popular comedians, he used to tell the story of the passenger on the Titanic. Just after it hit the iceberg, he went down to the bar. He said to the barman, "I know I asked for ice, but this is ridiculous." He then said to the barman, "Why is the bar empty?" And the barman said, "Everybody's in the ballroom." And the man said, "Why on earth is everybody in the ballroom?" And the barman said, "Didn't you hear the announcement? Abandon ship." Think about it. The next stop is number 6, St George's Market. Now the market is closed. It closed at 3 o'clock, but you can get off here for Victoria Square Shopping Centre. If anybody wants off at number 6, please ring the bell. Look out of the front window. You see the big skyscraper? This is the tallest commercial building on the island of Ireland, the Abellio, 28 stories high. Now I've got people on board today from right around the world. You will have much bigger buildings than this one, I know. But please, let us have a moment of glory. We're extremely proud of our tallest building. We're going to make our way now back over the River Lagan into the city centre. This time we're going to go across Queen's Bridge, opened by, named after Queen Victoria in 1849. Although it's a solid piece of Victorian engineering, it has been upgraded many times since, so there's no need to panic. If you're around tomorrow, you must visit the market, 10 o'clock until 3 o'clock. There's live music. You get something to eat and drink. There's artists and crafts people making beautiful pieces. It's been voted the best indoor covered market in the UK. It's only open Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Now I want you to look ahead on the left hand side, right at the end of Queen's Bridge, a big sculpture of Belfast's tallest woman. She's called the Ring of Thanksgiving, a woman holding a ring of steel standing on the globe of the world. But in Belfast we give everything nicknames, and this young lady's got quite a few. The doll on the ball, the thing with the ring, Janet on the planet, Nuala with the hula, Grania with the Fania, and one or two other things that I couldn't possibly repeat. There she is ahead on the left. As we cross over the River Lagan here, I want you to look to the left. You'll see a big circular building, the Waterfront Hall. And at night when it's lit up, to quote Ted Hastings from the television show Line of Duty, it looks like a big bubble floating up the River Lagan. Line of Duty was filmed here in Belfast. We do Line of Duty walking tours if you're interested. Can you see the big extension that's been tacked onto the side of the building? Local people, they think this makes the building look ugly, and so the Waterfront Hall has been nicknamed the Soar on the Shore. Coming up on the right, a lovely building built in the 1930s, the Royal Courts of Justice, highest court here in the land. The big wall at the front is a blast-proof wall, a bomb-proof wall. It's 44 inches thick, and it was built during the conflict to protect the building, but more importantly the people inside, from the car bombs and other bombs being left around the city indiscriminately by the paramilitaries. As we turn the corner here on the left, you'll see a red brick building. This is St George's Market, the original market hall built in the late 1800s. To the left. So Belfast became a city back in 1888, courtesy of Queen Victoria, in recognition of its thriving industry at that time. The 1800s was Belfast's golden era. Back then, Belfast overtook Dublin as the most populated place on the island of Ireland. It was the world's #1 shipbuilder, the world's #1 rope maker, and the world's #1 linen producer. In fact, it was often called Linenopolis. It had a strong engineering industry, a strong tobacco industry, and a strong Irish whiskey industry. It was the industrial powerhouse of the former British Empire. For all of those reasons, Queen Victoria gave a city status in 1888. Plans were drawn up for the City Hall, which opened on the 1st of August 1906. Now, at the beginning of the tour, I showed you the front of the City Hall. In a moment, on the right hand side, you'll see the back of the building. But what I'd really like you to do is look to the top of the big green dome in the middle, the Whispering Gallery. The City Hall is 174 feet high. The Titanic was 175 feet high. So if you want to know to the nearest foot just how big the Titanic looked, look to the top of the Whispering Gallery in the middle of the City Hall. At the time the Titanic was built, it was the biggest moving object in the world. To the right. If you do the free guided tour of the City Hall tomorrow, you go to the top of the Whispering Gallery, which is wonderful. The next stop is stop number 7, Great Victoria Street. If anybody wants off here, please ring the bell. Look to the right here, the pillars that you can see. This is the back of the Northern Ireland War Memorial and Cenotaph. Look ahead on the right at the end of the street. Lovely old building with a green turret. This is the Assembly Buildings, headquarters of the Presbyterian Church in Ireland. Stop number 7 is for the most famous pub in Belfast. It's called the Crown Bar, owned by the National Trust, a conservation charity here that looks after old buildings and old places. And if they looked after old people, I dare say, my name would be on the list. Still lit by gas lamps, still has private snugs, still very dark, Victorian and Gothic inside. Sole surviving gin palace in the city. At the last count, they were serving more than 40 different types of gin. Stop 7 is also for our head office, well, our only office, our tour shop, if you want to do any of our other tours. We do 4 and 5 night holiday breaks. We go to Killarney in County Kerry. We go to Westport in County Mayo. We go to Bantry in County Cork. We have day trips to Dublin Zoo, Tato Theme Park, Kildare Shopping Village. We do Derry Girls, Line of Duty, Game of Thrones, etc., etc. Pop in, you never know what you might find. Now, as we turn the corner here, on the right is the Grand Opera House, opened in 1895. On the left, there's our tour shop. See if my boss is there? Nope. To the right, the Europa Hotel, which sadly has the distinction of being one of the most bombed hotels in the world. And the Crown Bar getting a facelift at the moment with the scaffolding. So, showing at the Opera House this weekend, the 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, of the pantomime scene, White and the Seven Dwarfs. My favourite, of course, Cinderella, because as every girl knows, new shoes can change lives. Okay, stop number 7.